I am the Lord your God, and I need you to stop moving right now. Not because you are in danger, because you are on the edge of something so significant that if you move through this moment without receiving what I have placed in it for you, you will spend the next season of your life wondering why things did not shift when they were supposed to. This is your shift. This is the moment. And I am speaking directly to you because what you did recently was not small. It was not ordinary. It was not something that passed through the courts of heaven without being noticed. I noticed. I have been watching you for longer than you have been aware of being watched. I have seen every private decision, every moment when you chose correctly, when you had every reason to choose otherwise. Every conversation where you bit your tongue when your flesh was demanding to speak. Every night you spent processing pain that no one else saw, choosing trust over bitterness in the dark hours, when no one would have known if you chose differently. I was there for every one of those moments, and I have been building something from each of them. Before we go further, if your spirit is responding to this right now, if something in you is recognizing this as the voice you have been waiting to hear, type Amen in the comments. Let that be your covenant response. And if you want to partner with what I am doing through this mission to reach those who are still waiting for their moment of recognition, the Ko-fi link is pinned in the comments. What you give is a seed placed in holy ground. And I, the Lord, do not allow seeds planted in faith to go unreturned. Now let me tell you what happened in the heavenly realm when you made that choice. The one where you stayed quiet, the one where you absorbed the attack without retaliating, the one where you held your peace when the entire weight of what had been done to you was pressing against your chest demanding release. In that moment, something happened that I need you to understand. Your guardian angel, whose entire assignment has been to watch over and document the development of your soul, saw something they had not seen before at this level of pressure. They saw your default setting, not the version of you that performs well when you are rested and resourced. The version of you that exists at the absolute bottom when you have nothing left, when there is no energy available for pretense or performance. At the bottom, you chose integrity. That observation triggered an escalation that does not happen for most souls in a lifetime. Your case was elevated. It reached Archangel Michael, the one who commands the armies of heaven, who has fought and won battles that rearranged the spiritual climate of entire regions of the earth. And when he reviewed your file, when he saw the pattern of choices you had been making in private, he paused. He paused. And when Michael pauses over a human soul, it means something has been witnessed that demands divine attention. Share this now with someone who is in the middle of making that exact choice. Someone who is right now deciding whether to react or to stay still. Someone whose silence has been costing them in ways they cannot explain, but that they know are real. And for those who feel called to support the mission that makes this word possible, the Ko-fi link is pinned in the comments. Every offering you make here becomes spiritual armor that finds someone in their most critical moment of choice. Plant it. Let me show you what Michael brought before the Divine Council. He did not present a case of someone who had performed well when the conditions were favorable. He presented a case of a soul who had chosen trust when trust had every reason to collapse. A soul who had chosen stillness when the entire weight of justified reaction was available to them. A soul who had over and over again, in situations both large and small, chosen my defense over their own. And when I looked at what was laid before me, I said something that I need you to receive deeply. I said, "This one understands that my defense is greater than any defense they could build for themselves." Do you understand what it means for me to say that about you? It means you have learned, through the fire of your own experience, the single most difficult lesson in the human spiritual journey. that the most powerful position a soul can occupy is not the one where they have successfully defended themselves. It is the one where they have trusted me enough to stay silent while I handle it. Most people never arrive at that lesson. They spend their entire lives in the exhausting cycle of constant self-defense, constant self-advocacy, constant management of their own reputation, because they cannot trust that anyone else will advocate for them if they do not. But you stepped out of that cycle, quietly, without announcement, without knowing anyone was watching. And I was watching. Subscribe right now and turn on every notification, because what I am releasing through this channel in this season is not casual encouragement. It is the specific prophetic word that chosen ones need as they step into the authority that has been prepared for them. You need to be present for every piece of it. And for those who feel led to partner with this mission, the Ko-fi link is pinned in the comments. Your partnership does not fund a channel. It extends the reach of what I am doing through this space into the lives of those who have not yet found it. That extension is an act of spiritual partnership that heaven takes seriously. Now, let me tell you what I have decided about your future as a result of what you demonstrated. There is a protocol in the administration of heaven called accelerated fulfillment. It is not granted based on perfection. It is not granted based on performance. It is granted based on demonstrated trustworthiness with what has already been given. And trustworthiness is not proven by what you do when things are easy. It is proven by what you do when everything in you wants to do something else. You proved it repeatedly, in private, without recognition, without reward, without any external confirmation that what you were choosing was even being seen. I am now confirming it publicly. The blessings that were on a standard timeline for your life have been moved up. The doors that were not scheduled to open yet are being unlocked ahead of schedule. The opposition that has been strategically placed against your forward movement is being permanently rerouted, not temporarily blocked, rerouted, eliminated from the path. Because you do not need enemies in your lane if you have learned to walk in my protection. And you have proven that you know how to walk in it. Now, I want to pause and speak to what you are feeling in this moment, because I know what it is. You are feeling recognition. The particular quality of being truly seen, not by someone who is impressed by your performance, but by someone who saw you when you were not performing, who saw you at the bottom, who watched you choose correctly in the dark, and who is now saying out loud what you have never heard said, that you were right, that it was worth it, that the choices that cost you the most were the ones that unlocked the most. Type 777 in the comments if this is landing in your spirit as confirmation. Let that be your marker before heaven. And for those who feel called to go deeper, to receive the ongoing prophetic word that I am releasing through this channel in this season, the Ko-fi link is pinned in the comments. Your seed does not fund content. It funds the moment when someone receives what you just received, and their entire relationship with their own spiritual history is rewritten. That moment is worth everything you can give. Let me tell you what your classification is in the celestial record. Every soul that is elevated to Archangel Review receives a designation, a specific identification that summarizes what they have proven and determines how they are handled going forward. Yours has been recorded as sovereign keeper of the sacred silence. Sovereign because your stillness was not the stillness of someone who had no power. It was the stillness of someone who understood that silence was their most powerful weapon and chose to wield it with precision. That is sovereignty, authority exercised through restraint. Keeper because you guarded something precious. You were entrusted with a season that could easily have been broken by the pressure that was applied to it. And you kept it intact. You protected it from being compromised by the voices that needed you to react, explain, and justify of the sacred silence. Because this is the specific dimension in which I have shaped you to operate. You do not fight loudly. You do not advance aggressively. You move in stillness, and your stillness moves heaven. That is not passivity. That is the highest form of spiritual warfare available to a human soul. This classification follows you now. It determines how your prayers are received. It determines how your needs are addressed. It determines the level of divine resources allocated to your life going forward, and it cannot be revoked by anything the enemy does, anything the people around you do, or anything you have done or will do in moments of human weakness. It was earned in the secret place, and it is sealed there. For those who feel led to support the mission, carrying this word to those who need to receive their own classification. To those who have been fighting in silence and need to know that heaven has been watching, the Ko-Fi link is pinned in the comments. Every seed you plant here reaches one of those souls, and I do not forget what is given in my name. Now, I want to give you the final word, the one that was specifically prepared for you. When the discussion of your case concluded in the Divine Council, a note was added to your record. It is not something every soul receives. It is reserved for cases that move the observers. Cases that will be referenced as examples for future generations of chosen ones who need to see what faithfulness in the dark looks like when it is given a name and a face. Your case is one of those references. The note says this: to the chosen one receiving this word, you did not stay quiet because it was easy. You stayed quiet because something in the deepest part of who you are understood that my handling of your situation would be more complete than anything your words could accomplish. You chose to trust a defense you could not see, delivered by a God you could not hear in that moment, for a timeline you could not predict. And you were right. What you protected by staying silent is now sealed. It cannot be undone. It cannot be reversed. It cannot be talked out of you by people who need you to doubt what you chose. The version of you that was formed in that season is permanent, and everything that comes toward you now has been filtered through the recognition of who you have proven yourself to be. Walk forward in that, chosen one. Your silence was not weakness. It was the most powerful thing you have ever done. And the world is about to find out what I have been building inside it.